Hello, YouTube and or Twitch. Turn on my lights. There we go. See all my pores. Hi everyone. Thanks for joining or watching. I'm Josh. I'm a full-time open source maintainer in the TypeScript ecosystem. This is the Tuesday, August 1st edition of my regular weekly stream. I'm taking a bit of a break off and on from my normal TypeScript ESLint, other general open source used by other people packages, responsibilities to work on my personal site, because this is an important thing for me and people find me through it. Also, I like messing around with things, learning new tech, and it's been fun to finally use Astro, Solid, a few other utilities in a real site, not just little Hello World tutorials. So this is my site. I'm deploying on localhost, but it's also on the internet, joshgoldberg.com. There you go, in the chat. I built it as a static site. It's pretty straightforward. Has a few pages, shared header footer. Uses Astro's content collections. Where are they? Here we go. Love the Astro docs. Chrissy first. Welcome. How's it going? Thanks for joining. So this doesn't use too much fancy Astro stuff. I just added a blog to it with a nice little RSS feed, something that was broken for the longest time on my old site. Shout out a very nice person named Paul for fixing that. My old blog, it's an old Gatsby site, did not enjoy it. So now it just redirects. If you look quickly at the page, you can see the old one. Client-side redirect. I'm too lazy to set up a server-side one. Actually, I'm curious, has Google started updating the search results? Haha, they haven't. So the blog just redirects. That's funny. All right. Well, anyway, the blog that I had on Gatsby extended back to 2019. But I actually had an old Medium account, medium.com at Josh Goldberg, that extends from, let's see, 2018 for my personal posts back to 2016. Elian, hello. Speaking of Astro, how'd that community call go? So yeah, I'm doing a few things, and I promised way back in the day that I would move all my old Medium posts to my new blog with Gatsby, but then I felt weird because I don't know if Medium was going to like penalize me, and I was using Medium for work, but now that I'm not using Medium for anything, YOLO, gonna move everything over. So, what's happening now is probably gonna be boring for a little bit. Sorry, but I'm just copy and pasting old articles from Medium and putting them on my personal site. I believe I don't have a PR yet, so working from port old Medium posts to blog, push the origin Medium to blog. So I'm gonna work on this a little bit, and then as soon as I get bored, I'm gonna time box this to 25 minutes, so 3 o'clock my time Eastern. I'll just switch to the actual fun code stuff, because I really don't want to spend too much time on it. I find it so annoying to have to do these like manual labor things when I could be working on fun stuff. This is helping me focus. Great. Anything I can do to help. 42. What a good number. All right. So on my site, let me actually post. Continuing the porting of Medium articles. PR with links. Boop. Oops. Old Medium account. There we go. Oh, you were out. Welcome back. How was it? I got up through, how far did I get here? I started at the very oldest one, my only post in 2016, old 10-minute read, and I got up through pretty error counts. Here it is. Did I finish this one? I think I did. Yeah. Interesting. Pretty error counts. Why is this the night sky? Huh. Post this. One of the things I started my old blog was my TypeScript contribution diary. Just a series of blog posts once every few months explaining how I made a contribution to TypeScript. Okay, so I think this Chrome trailer is from, yeah, some other place. Don't need it here. So I'm gonna get the desert night sky image. So I don't know, I'm doing images in kind of a manual way that's not ideal. Astro does have an Astis integration. I've been kind of dragging my feet on integrating with because it's new. But I will do it eventually. Come on, desert night sky. And by eventually, I hope later today. Yeah, I mean, jeez. Okay, I don't like that. That's a cropped version of the image. So let me download the 1024. Let's rename that thing. Boop. All right. Love Wikipedia. Night sky in the Atacama Desert. And here's another to-do that I have on my tracker. I don't have the support for markdown in these like labeled image components that I wrote. They're just little Astro component that shows an image with little labels and source attribution. Love me some legally correct way of attributing. But it doesn't yet support markdown, so I can't do like add a comment, whatever, desert has a link in there. So let me just to-do link for the needs markdown. I have an issue filed somewhere. All right, and what is it complaining about now? Empty expression. Yeah, make that a comment there. Okay, great. And there's the thing. But in the original article, it was first, so I'm going to move it up. That's beautiful. That's actually really pretty. I like that kind of widescreen shenanigan. Also, why is it state stat? Great. Love to see it. Okay, that's, I'm pretty sure I'd already finished this one. This is all nicely formatted, a lot of emojis. Great, great. Did I get all the links at the bottom? Let's compare. Actually, I'll just go through in order. I might have just copy and pasted the content without updating the formatting or links. Wait, hang on. Okay, this is just a copy and paste. That's right, that's right. This is a copy and paste of a previous article. So I actually need to start this one from scratch. So let's go ahead and delete everything. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy and paste everything. And then touch it up as I go along. Copy, paste. A few standard touch-ups. Fancy apostrophes replace with regular ones. Exclamation mark, space, I make a new line. Period, space. I make a new line. But I'll have to clean this one up. Next. From the beginning. Previous post, trailing type parameters. Next post. I actually have an issue. I want to automate this little intro blurb for the TS contribute diary thingy, so I'm just going to go ahead and just keep it to the next post and previous post manually for now. Previous post, trailing type parameters. Trailing type parameters. And it's actually TypeScript contribution diary, trailing type parameters. the next one is going to be identifiers after numeric literals. Great. Continuing the problem statement. Provide summary of errors when a dash dash pretty mode. Fun fact, TypeScript used to not tell you how many errors there were, which was a little annoying. Let's enable word web so I can see everything. Now we do. It does. Pasting that issue in the chat. I'm going to pin this pull request for a little while. There we go. Manufacturing. Large projects, CLI ends up being a lot. Gotta add some Markdown live. I do wish Markdown had like or Medium had like an export to Markdown. That would be nice. Let's fix up these starter quotes too. And this is the final output, the way it looks now. Fine. So I'll call the previous one before and the one that I actually had already in here after. Before and after. So TSC pretty watch after. Let's import that. That's a PNG. See pretty watch after. All right. Oh wait, no, I said after, but I meant before, because this is the before photo. Tisk tisk. I have a humble brag link here because I had contributed previously to TypeScript to help make that stuff prettier. It used to not have as many colors, but don't have Markdown links, so no description. The alt text is TypeScript pretty watch output showing colors on file names and red squiggly for file locators, but no error summary at the end. Time to debug. All right. I'm gonna copy and paste everything else out so I can just preview this. Ugh, don't like that formatting there, but I'll fix that later. Pardon me. Oh man, I'm already screwing up my shoulder this stream. This isn't good. And it's a 404 image, TSC, pretty watch before. Ah, it's a WebP. There it is. Time to debug. Step 1. Where? Where should TypeScript print error messages? Presumably there must be something that prints them out. Dash dash pretty is Cody. Oh yeah, I remember this. Pretty printing has underlines and the special console colors. Ran a search on tilde and found a few places, all within a function named format. Diagnostics with color and context. Awesome. Oh yeah, back in the day I used to console log debug a lot in TypeScript. Excuse me. Anyway, while I'm going through this, because this is very boring to me, please let me know. What questions you have? Anything you want to chat about? So here we have another labeled image. Let's save it as TSC pretty watch 1 complaints. call that. Complaints. That's a silly way to visualize things. Where do we go? Aha. And found one complaints just before each of the two file complaints. Just doing the same step as before to preview locally. Yep. So it looks like format diagnostics with color and caustic, blah blah blah, gets run in every file. Not everyone, not so perfect. Always disappointing when you think something is what you need and you try it out and it isn't. All right, so now we have Kissy Pretty Watch 2 complaints. How do I call this? Plain, because it's just the plain output there. Yep. 2 complaints plain. Found 2 complaints without formatting, just after the list of complaints. Just let's call that type errors. And the description indeed is 3 to dot emojis. Even years ago, I was into emojis as a form of content. This is, I think, a good showcase, I don't know, that sometimes coding or being a dev or in the public space or whatnot, it's not all fun and games. Sometimes it's kind of boring. Let's add more. Step 2, how to print all the errors. So step 2.1, counting unique file names. So yep, her TypeScript keeps this diagnostic type. Has a field file. And the source file has file name string. Oh yeah, back in the day, set wasn't as widely used by everyone in JavaScript, so it was necessary to link to the docs. Use set, and back in the day, TypeScript had its own polyfill for set because it worked on environments, like very old Node and IE, that didn't have set. Actually, I don't remember if old Node didn't have set, but definitely old IE did not. And also, yeah, map was a thing. TypeScript didn't seem to have set, but it did seem to have map. Don't think I've written a polyfill in quite some time, which is rather nice. Yeah, so fun fact, it's very useful when you are writing a superset of JavaScript to have a data structure like map that doesn't do weird things about edge case key names, like has own property that exists on objects. And at this point, I'm not even copying and pasting from my scratch. I'm just, I don't know, copying from Medium. But let's copy and paste normally. Yeah, I'll just copy from Medium, whatever. Anyway, Create map uses create dictionary object internally. Fine. Yeah, I don't have informed decision making on my end, but if TypeScript's doing it and I'm contributing to TypeScript, I'll just go with whatever they do. Alright, got a bit more here. Localizing error and file counts. Yeah, TypeScript has its whole list of diagnostics or things that could be displayed. And they each get localized to different locales, like, I don't know, Spanish. So you gotta store things in their format. You can't just log raw strings. And they come from a particular very large JSON file. I've got the old little Pokemon song stuck in my head. That's some nice syntax highlighting. Yeah, so fun fact, Microsoft has guidelines on diagnostics, and I didn't even think to visit that. I don't know if I missed it or what. So, oopsies. Syntax highlighting is unhappy with unfinished parentheses. Weird that the little underscore there is the different color. Oh well. Let's just take a look. I wish Astro, Ellen, if you're still here complaining now, I wish Astro didn't zoop back up to the top of the page every time I hit save. Like, preserve my scroll, please. You know? It's a big article sometimes. I don't want to have to scroll back to my place in the article. Irksome. Very irksome. But not super irksome. I'm not going to quit and go use Remix or Next or something as a result. Alright. Where was I? I'm going to zoom out just so I can get the table of contents right floating. And now we're on diagnostics printing. Not sure if that was an H2 or an H3 in my original intent. I think H3. I think I just forgot to put a 2.3 in front of it. Yeah. Report diagnostic. Yep. Let's call this GC Pretty Watch Blue Message. Yeah. Because that's... I'm going to make a template actually, so I can copy and paste from it. Adding in this image. So yeah, I actually at this point had found an unused case in TypeScript land, which I thought was kind of cool. There's a way to print out a blue message, and it's never actually done in TypeScript source. So I stumbled onto it accidentally. Just putting this in the template. With a blue message before a diagnostic saying found 2 errors in 2 files. And it's complaining. Did I get something wrong? Missing a single quote. Don't think that's it. Do not parse expression. Oh boy. That formatting got weird. Does that work? Yay! Oh my god, I'm so bored. I hate this so much. Oh, I hate doing this. I'm like 2/3 of the way through all the articles and like only half of the way through now. Okay, most of the way through this one. I'm going to finish this article and then I'm going to stop and I'm going to go do actual code work. Okay. Also, I'm not physically uncomfortable. Life is good. So yeah, what I didn't like here was that it was saying a diagnostic TS6193. We don't need that for just informative stuff like this. Boop. All the syntax highlighting. All the syntax highlighting. Get your ticks up. Curly brackets ago. Alright, so I switched to using a different thing, and why doesn't this have an expando? Whatever. Alright. Found 2 errors in 2 files. So that's just its own shindig. So that's nice. Found 2 errors in 2 files. Whew. Here, comment syntax. Don't need you. Found 2 errors in 2 files. And why is the syntax highlighter not happy? Showing a message with found 2 errors in 2 files formatted properly. Formatted the same way as normal messages. Why is this complaining? I need to do escapes. Fine, whatever. And it works. Yay! So close. Oh my god, I'm done. I can't do this. I'm so bored. I hate this. Work in progress. Good push. Alright. Let's move on to something else. What else do I want to do? Oh, I wanted to use Astro assets. Time for Astro assets. Actually, I don't need to post that until I start it. Alright, let's close all this crap. Let's use assets. Astro assets. What are they? Let's find out. Get set 0, get checkout name, get pull, get push. Why am I pushing? PMPMI. Outright. Astro assets. We got a new image component. We got relative images with automatic optimization in Markdown and MarkDoc and whatever. Awesome. Let's go to my Astro config. So I'm going to pin in the chat the assets. All right. Experimental. Huh, I'm surprised if this is the first experimental thing I'm using. Experimental assets true. And then source MDTS should be automatically updated. Yep, Astro / client dash image. I'm going to make a new source assets folder. Oh, I already have that folder. Oh, I think I played around with assets before, and I guess I left that GIF, the GIF / GIF there. All right. So update existing image tags. All right, let's just look at the index Astro page. I got just the basic image here. What? Oh. I've been specifying my port as 4321 because no conflict with other things. Cute. Okay. So I actually have two different images that get used. I have a light mode and dark mode. So that's nice. Anyway, let's see. I've got hero layout, which contains socials, body contents, and so on. If I don't include that, it's just this basic thing. Ergo, we can see hero layout is what renders the image, and here we go. Hero, which is image required? Yes, image is required. Go over to hero, and then hero takes in the image, which is hero image props from hero image, which is size smaller. Do I ever put size as small? I don't think I actually do that. I think this was something I'd played. Blog hero, that's right. The blog posts have a small hero up top. Yeah, this is a hero image too. Okay. Right. Anyway, hero image, which has a source, which is a string or color scheme images, which is an object containing dark and light strings. So it's a string or two at the end of the day. And here I'm just using a picture tag with two sources and an image alt. Image with source and alt. So that's like the backup default image. All right. So what am I doing? Index.astro. That's where the actual image gets specified. So let's. No, image is actually specified as from images/slug. So I'm going to say let's pass this in image asset to rename as a string. I could do like a fancy destruction, but I'm not gonna. All right. And then let's pass in image asset to do rename equals. For now, I'll just do the one. So Josh asset temp, which is import from assets. Oh my God, let's do the GIF. See what happens. And that is Josh temp dot source. Doesn't work. Okay, let's give it an any and go over to hero image. So just for experimentation's sake, let's just call it astro.props.source. I'm just experimenting around, seeing what happens in just the one case. And so the Astro docs want me to replace. Oh, I could just replace the image altogether. Image source equals source dot source. Did that work? No. Anyone here in the chat? Any of y'all used Astro assets? Had any good or bad experiences with them? What is the source? I'm just gonna console.log source, see what I'm actually being provided. And the source is dark is object dash dark. That's not what I want. Right. I don't want to pass in source. I just want to say image. There we go. All right, so yeah, that works. MVP. So that's cool. Free image in new tab. It's literally just the GIF with original height and original width specified. So this is almost like a Cloudinary style thing. For those who haven't used it, shout out Cloudinary. I was just chatting with one of their folks Nice individual named Colby. Oh yeah, is Colby on Twitch? I really like Colby. Oh my god, I can't believe I don't follow Colby. Whoops! Anyway, shout out Colby. So yeah, Colby gave a really interesting presentation on like the fundamentals of Cloudinary at a Philly JS meetup recently, and it's kind of like what this URL is showing. Get out of here, unlicensed Photoshop. I swear damn thing. Force quit. Long story. I've previously had a legit Photoshop. Don't worry about it. Anyway, yeah. So like you can specify things like original width and height and such in the URL, and then the image gets automatically formatted, resized, etc., cropped to work with that. But I want to use. I thought there was like a new image. So it's import image from Astro assets. And now I want to use, wrong file. I'm confusing myself. I'm just going to move hero image up. So hero image imports image from Astro assets. Let's image alt class source. Does that work? Well, there we go. Let's get like an actual josh.png under the assets instead of, or rather josh.webp. Yeah, josh.webp. The PNG has spacing around it. Assets needs one literals, so I'll have an actual image there from my assets. All right. Image in new tab. Oh, okay, yeah. So now that it's WebP, I guess, and not. Actually, wait. Maybe it's not doing fancy resizing, but yeah. It looks like it's it's working well. Let me see if I switch it to size small. What is it? Hero layout, hero secondary. Hero layout, where is it? Hero, which has size equals large. Let's switch that to small. Does this use a nice, proper resized image? No, it doesn't. So, I'm guessing this is because the sizing is specified in the CSS. But I would like it to be specified responsively. Can I like... Can I make this responsive? Well, maybe not, but I can always mark it as a to-do for later. To-do, ask around. Can the image be made responsive? Do I want it to be? Like, some of these images are kind of large. I don't want to be using a giant thing. Whoops. But this is fine. All right. Anyway, moving back to the way it was. So, the source property for image is a local image with image attributes. Oh my word, what are these types? I don't like this. I don't like this at all. What? Image metadata. Let's just call it that. That's what TypeScript says it is. So the source here is image metadata or color scheme images, both of which have image metadata. And that just seems to be globally available. Can I import it explicitly so I'm not using some kind of global shenanigan? Local image props? No. Nah, well, to do. Can we make this importable from Astro assets? Do we want to? Some of these things I'm probably just going to end up asking like the Astro Discord if I don't see any other previous discussion. This is fine. All right. And image metadata has source with height format. So instead of checking whether I had a string or object, it's always an object, so I have to check whether source is in astro.props.source. Dot source. All right. And then let's rename this actually to asset because it's not really a source anymore. It's really an asset. And asset dot. What was I using by default? The light one, I think. Yeah, by default it was source light, so now it's source asset dot light. Nice. And now my hero image is complaining because look, TypeScript nicely renamed image for me. Thank you very much. Let's call this the asset. Let's maybe image metadata is what I want here. Make it explicit. Astro.props.asset. So now in index, I will need to explicitly Josh light and Josh dark. Import these. Whoops, didn't mean to kill off my starting tab. Asset equals dark, Josh dark, light, Josh light. Kevin, how's it going? I am a great guy. I would never give you up or let you down. Thank you for saying that. I'm very egotistical. How are you doing? Why is it complaining? The asset is I wanted to pipe through the props. So scheme images, export type image, hero image asset equals. I guess I gotta refactor this automatically. Oh well. Hero image asset is what I'm actually piping around. Yay. And of course it's like super mega broken. This is fine. Hero image line 18 is complaining. Still line 18. What is going on? Console.log got astro.props.assets. What am I getting here? Yeah, I'm just gonna log the props. Oh boy, something is mad. Hello world. Hello world. Assets dark and lights are undefined. Oh, right, because I didn't actually make the WebP images there. They just don't exist. Josh, dark.webp. So I want to copy these, all the dark and lights, over to the assets. Source assets. Boop. And it's still complaining. Assets, Josh, dark.webp. That is annoying. Do I have to restart my dev server? Please work. Yay, it works. Oh, fudge. I restarted. Code. jackover.com. Whatevs. Wouldn't it be better to add a CSS image filter for dark light? That would be nice. However, yeah, that might be a good follow-up. What I ended up doing was actually just switching the background, not the full image. So if you look at if you look at the two of them, Josh Light and Josh Dark, my silly smiling face is the same, but it's the background that's different. In theory, I could have two images, like a transparent or semi-transparent cutout of just my face. But I figured at that point, I have two images anyway, so I might as well just keep this. But that's an interesting one, actually. Maybe that would work better with assets. That's a good point. It would simplify the code a bit too. We'll see. Might end up doing it. We'll see what assets support, or if I even need anything different. But for now, I'm actually kind of happy. Index is working. Using the fancy schmancy new asset thing. So I'll push up a draft PR and... Oh, right. I want to remove the console log. And I'll post that in the chat. Have you played around with assets at all, Kevin? Switch images to Astro assets. All right. This addresses number... I forget already which issue Here we go. 35. Now I get to post on social media. Yay! Work in progress. Got index Astro migrated. And here we go. Oh yeah, Markdown support. I'm looking forward to that part. Blog.astro, projects.astro, speaking.astro. Yeah, what I need to do now is basically just copy and paste the asset over. Blog dark. Actually, what I'm going to do is copy and paste this. And then just paste that over. Multi-select. Speaking dark. Projects dark. And block dark. Okay. And now I need to import the assets themselves. So let's make that little copy pasta. Blog. Projects. Speaking. All right. Projects. Oh, forgot the order here. There we go. Hooray! I'm just making sure it looks the same on localhost. Localhost has a different zoom. Oh, because I zoomed out. That's right. Good. And prefer dark. Yep, looks good. All right. I do have a pending to do to add an explicit dark light mode toggle. I'll get to that eventually. Yay! So next up, just rest of the heroes, main heroes. Next up, I will do projects because content entry has its own little image. Content entry image, like the little logos here, type stats and type PPS links. So instead of source, it's image metadata. Oh, interesting though. Oh wait, image metadata comes from Astro? That's exciting. I don't have to image metadata. Yay! Love it. But now the problem is these are stored in Markdown with content collections. I wonder, is there any mention of content collections here? Yes, of course there is, because Astro is awesome. So in my content config, got my block, got my project. So the image is now a image. Where does image come from? TBD. Image, parentheses. Please use it to do. Does the assets guide need to be updated? Image. So it says, please use it through schema. Oh, it comes from here. I didn't even notice that little syntax. Oh boy. Interesting, but okay. Image. Ooh, it takes in a refine. Ooh. Verifies its size. That's kind of cool. Don't need it, but that's cool to know. And now you can. So now it gets turned into an asset. That's cool. Console.log props. This is a TSX. I don't think it gets client hydrated or whatnot. So let's hello world. See what it says. So yeah, the image is in fact the image metadata. That's cool. So it's literally the same as before. Image, just different type now. Instead of a string, it's image metadata. So I can use the image component from Astro, which was imported by Astro assets. And then source is props.source. Props.image. Wow, look at that. That's awesome. Oh wait, that's my local, or my remote. So let's go back to 4, 3, 2, 1. I closed the wrong tab, please work. Ha! Oh, and it's optional. Budgie.png does not exist, right? Because it needs to exist under assets. So let's take Budgie and TypeScript DSLint and TypeStat. I think those are the only ones. Yeah, and put them under assets. Budgie.png. Do I have to restart? Is that a thing here? Full screen, oh right, full screen Pokemon does not exist. So both Mario and Pokemon, let's move them both into assets. A little annoying that you have to restart it, but I'm sure they know. This is like an experimental thing, so bet you it's on their to-do list to fix it up. TypeStat, missed another one. What? TypeStat.p. TypeStat.md. Image TypeStat.png. Yeah, but it does exist. What are you doing? arm.rf astro. Dev. Maybe it's like a. Should work by refreshing the page. Thought I did refresh. Doesn't mean I did, just that I thought I did. And begin with the port. Full screen Pokemon does not exist. Are you kidding me? Oh, if I save. Daniel, Jen, thanks for the raid. Appreciate it. I was just chatting your thing. Sorry, I had to head over here. Jen does an awesome series of Teach Gen Tech stuff. And then Daniel is a person who has done a lot with Nuxt and Vue and such. So if I go to Learner, one of my favorites. If I go to Full Screen Pokemon, yeah. So you have to refresh the specific content collection MD to get Astro to pick up that the image is updated. Lovely. Pokemon, Full Screen Mario. Wherever this cache comes from, I can just... Yep, working on my website. Why is this doing it to me? Man, the caching here is funky. refreshes and saves and whatnot does it take? Where does Astro store things? Can I just like clear the cache altogether? Clean? No. Come on. Ugh, the port. Why doesn't Astro have port 4321? It's such a cute port number. Type2pslint.svg. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Does Asset support SVG? It does. Apparently. Type2pslint is under source assets. Oh, Kevin, you would know. Type assets does not support SVG. Well, in that case. Huh. Oh, wait, sorry. I might be... The timing's off. I might be misinterpreting what you're saying. Type2pslint.svg does exist. It's under source assets. Why am I getting a random, non-deterministic does not exist? Budgie.md, but I swear they do exist. Budgie.png does exist under assets. Budgie.png. Oy. Am I like doing this wrong? Does it need to be a // or something? Budgie. I can pass setting. Kevin, why are you crying? Don't cry. Then I'm gonna cry. Source content projects. So if I just switch it all to // does it work? No? Here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna comment out all these images one by one until it works. See what happens. I don't think it's... Yeah, I don't know that path would be wrong. Type stat. Alright, so we got... Well, none of them work. Alright, so typestat.png on its own does not exist with the // without the // Is there like an asset prefix or something I'm doing wrong? Octavio AMU. Lovely first time chat. Hello, welcome to the channel. If you happen to know anything about Astro assets and getting images from content collections, that would be lovely. I am very confused. You think the path is relative to the markdown file? What a silly thing to do. But I guess that kind of makes sense. // So projects to content, source assets. Oh my god. That does work. Also, oh, I thought you were like, Twitch was bugging me something. You were saying quoting around it. Yeah, that's really interesting. That makes sense. Guess it doesn't work. Oh well. So I guess the quotes aren't necessary, which actually we don't have quotes anywhere else, but okay. So I have to put... Oh my god. Oh. Here's what's going on. Content entry.tsx. This is one of the fundamental things that just keeps killing me with Astro. It's the switching between Astro and whatever client side framework I'm using, or client side capable framework I'm using. I made content entry.tsx because although this is right now a static page, I do want these to be able to be dynamic, to flip tabs around between them. Like under speaking, for example, I want to be able to like have like talks, podcasts, workshops, and so on. So I need these to be whatever framework. I just launched my Spotify. One sec. Wow, that was very unsettling. Deep instrumental orchestral music. Anyway, yeah, Let me start the rant over so it can be clipped. This is a thing that keeps annoying me with working with Astro. The back and forth between server side and client side. Astro itself is great, but I do oftentimes end up needing a client-side interactive piece. For example, although this stuff is static now, I will soon hopefully add the ability to swap or filter between sections like talks, workshops, podcasts, and so on. Which means I need all this to be the client framework stuff, in my case, solid.js. But now I want to use the Astro image asset thing, and that's not allowed because in content entry image.tsx, I would be importing the component from Astro assets. So now how do I do this? I can't use it in framework components. What a great question in the chat. I can't even pass it as a slot, really. Like, that would be, I guess I could. That would be incredibly inconvenient. I could go to speaking. No, I can't even pass it as a slot. So I'm just blocked from assets on my content collections. But this keeps coming up. Like, if Astro things could be rendered in the client, or more specifically or accurately, if I could use Astro components in my framework components, that would just be so nice. If someone could write an adapter, or if Astro, or whatever. But, annoying. I just want to pass the blob. Like, conceptually, I think I understand Astro, and conceptually, if so, it would make sense then that you can just get whatever blob was rendered on the server and shove it to the component. Anyway, Lemnian, great first time chat. Thank you. Welcome to the channel. Can I explain the relationship between static analysis and team synergy? I'll give you the broad answer, and then what do you mean by team synergy? Static analysis, so things like linters, formatters, static type checking, tooling that runs in your code before the code is run or built. A few things. Formatters help you standardize on formatting and auto-format, which saves individuals time. You don't have to manually futz around with spacing. And they make it so it's never confusing which formatting option you have to use for the most part. So new developers don't have to choose which angry ancient team member's different formatting style to align to. Lint rules are really nice for educating folks on best practices, helping establish standard stylistic things even, although we've started moving away from style. And you can also write custom lint rules. So if your team is, say, moving from one API to another, you can write a lint rule that flags uses and even has an autofix. I've done that before and it's great. And then for type checkers like TypeScript, those are really great. You can document your props, let's say, or like ship types with your packages so downstream consumers, even within your team, know how to use them. And then they just on the individual level make it so much easier to refactor code because they were... you were being facetious. I gotcha. Yeah, because you get much better IDE tooling. The problem with asking me questions is that even if the question has silly buzzwords like synergy, I've gotten those as legitimate questions in workshops so many times that I just have an answer. Great. Thank you for asking, though. I appreciate it. So, Astro. I'm now annoyed because I can't do this. I can't make my content collection use image components. So, womp womp. So what's next on the website? What else am I going to try to... Oh yeah, I'm going to add a thing here. Note that I'm blocked from updating broad content collections because they need to be rendered in framework components. Solid. How about pressing as a prop? Great question. There is an FAQ here on this. In theory, that could work. In practice, it would be extremely inconvenient because the way I have this set up is super dynamic for a good reason. It would be a pain for me to do this manually. So I have it all in solid.js, basically. I've mapped straight from the content collection to speaking is grouped, let's say, or grouped entries. And I could... Blocked is not the right word. Unwilling might be better. I could, like, in these things, pass it over, but it would be really a pain in the butt. It's almost all solid JS. It's very large islands. Archipelagos? No. What is the term for a large island? Smaller than a continent. Anyway, I don't just have archipelagos, I have continents. Great. Well, anyway, moving on. Let's look at the blog, because blog.astro is complaining because I have a hero image, and I think it's in the blog contents. Nope. Blog dark? Why is blog upset? Let's see if I should restart my dev server. Welp. Time to console log. Asset. Hello world. From Astro. Flux. Hello world. From. Smiling. Smiling cat. Oh, did I forget? Is it blog dark? Did I forget to put in assets the blog? Oh, I put gold blog dark. Right. I called it gold blog. I love this name so much. It's so stupid. I call my blog gold blog. There we go. Fix blog asset. All right. So these content collection things are still on the still on the old ones. So if we look at, so actually, my project content collections are blocked, but oh yeah, that doesn't need to be updated. But the blog ones can be switched into links. The blogs are still rendered in Astro. What? What's this complaining about? Image. Schema. Here we go. Define collection, schema, RSS. So many little things in there. As one would say, synergy. Okay, so this just means I'm gonna have to update a whole bunch of things, but this is fine. Let's look at an example. Speeding up centered. Been meaning to get to more of these. So the image source, I'm gonna have to 1, 2 assets, quotes, DOM, iframes. I really don't want to have to ... / a whole bunch of them. Oh wait, do I should be able to just tilde it actually, because I had set that up as an alias. Okay. Text to type string, received an object. Isn't that lovely? So those images will be framework sort of. Yeah, they just be rendered by like the solid thing. Alright, configuring ESLint created together. Expected type string, received object. Oh right, because it's there is an alt z.string and then excuse me. Woo! Let's call it asset image. Z.object. Alt and asset. Yeah, I'll just call it source to keep it the same. That kind of is the source. Alright. And then the image is the asset. Okay, so now Princess, you made Astro assets. Welcome. I feel like, first of all, thank you for joining. First time. I feel like I remember you answering some of my questions on the Discord for Astro really nicely. That made me happy. You made Astro assets. So, do you want me to just launch into a couple complaints? Because I don't know if that might be useful. Or not. But also, I've been really enjoying it. I think it's a great API, and I don't want it to just be a whole bunch of negativity. You can use Astro assets on the... I wish I had stashed my changes instead of discarded them. Ugh, life is hard. Oh god. What do I do now? Maybe I should z.union this. Z.object. I'll switch this union to here. Well, I'm going to try to get z.string. Get things working as soon as possible. Solid is actually the only framework to allow this because you can isolate the parts. That's awesome. Is that like a thing that should be mentioned in the docs? Do you want to like not encourage people to do what I just said I really, really want to do? Because I could understand why. Okay, so... I have to check type of astro.props.asset not equal to string. To do string check is just for blogs that haven't been migrated. By the way, thank you for coming over and helping me. I really appreciate it. Cannot be properties undefined. Asset and YOLO. I really don't want to keep working on this. What am I doing? What am I even doing with my life? What is happening? Hero image line 19. I'm gonna have to restart or something. Well. Get those frameworks to get their stuff to work. LOL. Work in the way that you want it, I guess. Alright. Why is it complaining? What is happening? Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna stash all my changes here. Okay, so in the config, what did we have? Please let me just undo all the way back. Come on, please. Yay! Got back to the projects. Image in projects. So I'm going to do image source assets. Get that to work. Okay, so content entry image. Oh, look at that undo VS Code. Should have isolated the transform step, which is the only part that cannot get on the client, so that it doesn't happen in the client. Interesting. So right now transforming does happen in the client, and you're saying you'd prefer it not to? Is that, am I interpreting that right? Oh, I need to copy a bunch of things over here. So we got Bungie, full screen Mario, full screen Pokemon, GPS lint that. Oh yeah, are SVGs supported? I saw one of the docs. I would assume. I want to assume so, but I don't like assuming. That's all of them. Let's get over here to assets. And it crashed. Astro components cannot be directly rendered via function call. It always happens on the client, but ESBuild tries to bundle the transform code into the client component since the transform work is in the same object as the rest of the service. Fascinating. That's really cool. I would, in this case and in many other cases, I would love like deep dive, like why this random thing that end users don't really need to know about, but like is really interesting is the way it is. Like blog posts. Invalid arguments passed to image component. Okay. So we're rendering things. In fact, I'm actually gonna comment out all of these except for one of them. Let's do type stat. It doesn't process, but allow them through. Oh, awesome! Yay! Love to see it. If only everything could be an SVG. Am I right? So I'm getting a crash here. Oh, you're gonna drop squoosh? Interesting. Moving to sharp. Why is this crashing? So in my content entry image, hi, is this, just comment out just in case. Is this what's causing it to crash? Yes, this is what's causing it to crash. Oh, squoosh is deprecated? Their website is beautiful, though. It's not Astro, is it? No, okay. Alright. Why is this... This seems like something that is suboptimal. The fact that it is crashing. So, okay, this is... Oh, Squoosh the lib, not the website. Got it. So, side note, this is an annoyance. I don't know where I've seen it before. I know I have. I don't even know if it's been in Astro, but if you restart the dev server and something is broken, it crashes. Oh, no, the dev server saves alive. Never mind. If you get back, it crashes. Okay, so invalid arguments passed to image. Astro couldn't. Okay, so why is my solid component not rendering? In my... Alright, so typestat has the image. My content entry image, I'm just rendering image from Astro assets. Solid. As you mentioned, not mentioned. In projects.astro, I don't think I even have a client. Ooh, let's switch to client only, see what happens. Ha! Client load. I don't even remember what all the ones. Okay, client load. Alright, yeah, so it's unhappy. Why is it saying directly via func? I'm so confused by this. It is, I am doing the... Oh, do I have to use the get image thing? Got it. So the JSI. Gotta admit, this is getting complicated for me. So get image is async. And I suppose what I could do is all projects, which is await get collect. Oh, wait. So the image is the image metadata. So it's image source image props.image.src. So I could just... What are the props here? Asset it's called now. Why did I change it to... It's technically possible in Solid if you know what you're doing. Not super easy and everything will be... Got it. I don't know what I'm doing. So, hello world from alt asset size class. Hello world. Is that what I... Okay, so I do want... Wait. Content entry image. Do I have two hello worlds? I do. That's been confusing me. Okay. Re-render, hello, props. Props does have a source. What? Content entry image. Who is... Oh, it's spreading props.image. Right. So props.image here is image metadata. So props.source. Right, so my config, I'm gonna have to go full VS Code here. So here, Right, I made the same mistake twice. I switched from an object with an alt, c.string, and a source to just the image. So now props image source should be happy again, please. Wait, hang on. No, that's wrong. I'm clearly getting tired. So I'm going to stop soon because I'm starting to like forget what I did 5 minutes ago. Image is an optional. Content entry image is receiving. Oh, increase font. Sure. Sorry about that. I always sometimes forget to. Okay. So, all right. I'm going to change the config. Yeah, I'll just make it so there is an object with a source just to make it easier. Source. So close. Cannot read properties of undefined. Content entry image, line 28. Why is there no hello world? Oh, there it is. What is happening? I just want this to be over. I want to go. I'm hungry. Am I over another meeting? No, we're good. All right. So just from the start, let's switch image back. So projects have an image which went from string to the image asset. So now content entry image is the image right there. I didn't want to be mean, but yeah, these errors are kind of painful. There's a straight up not having a good time, I think is the meme. Yeah, this is me right now. Bro. Okay. So all projects is getting collection. So all projects is passed to projects grouped, which renders the project entry, which, aha, that's where it was. It was the TypeScript error. Okay, so data. So what I want to do actually is pass source from the image itself. And now source here is not the image metadata. Source, type definition? Nope. So source is content entry, where source it. What was it before? Source is a string. So basically I'm not actually changing anything. I'm just passing the string earlier through. Yeah, I really wish more people in JavaScript land did like Rust style explicit, idiomatic errors. It would be really nice. All right. So this is project entry image dot source dot source. Right, because it's stored as image. So under the project, Z can just be image, which is optional. All right, here we go. So it renders a 404, but it does render. What if it worked? Yes! Oh, thank you, princess and learner and everyone. Feels good, man. All right. I have plugged through to get almost the same image, practically the same image that I previously had. Yay! All right. Image. Now let's get you back on track. Yay! Oh, what happened here? The full screen Pokemon. Ooh. Honestly, I just want the original image, but if we go to full screen. Okay, so I saw there was stuff in the docs about settings. Ooh, I'm gonna have to up the height. Scroll off the top there. I don't want to anti-alias at all with these. Honestly, I'm wondering if it even makes sense for me to use the assets integration here. Like, these don't need to be optimized. I don't want them to be aliased. And image rendering pixelated. Oh my god, good. Snipe. I love that. Yeah, I forgot about that property. I think I used it on my old site. Wait. Pixelated. Oh, I already use it. Haha. Oh, right. It's a to-do. Or Astro images, by which I meant assets. Okay. And this is just not a... This isn't working because it no longer ends with .png. What is it? What's the includes one? CSS attribute selector contains the word. So PNG. All right, let's get you aliased. All right. Is it? Let's just switch this to having a source at all so I can play around with it. Here we go. All right, so that does still select it. Nope. It's different between dev and build, so it's hashed. Great. So, so what I would need to do here then, thank you for letting me know, that's really good information. I hope this is valuable user research for you. I would need in the Astro side, like build dev time, to be able to know the original asset path, or at least the extension of, or the file type, which I think I saw it somewhere there, of the file type. So entry image. Let's see what I'm nope. I hate accidentally pressing this stupid props dot source BS live share. Okay. Other any. Let's log other and then project content. Project entry, what do I call it? Other props.project dot data dot image. See where we're logging. Format PNG. Yes. Format. Honestly, I'll just spread the props. Project data image. What could go wrong? So this way I get that's not working. Oh god. Alright, so this way I get both the format and the whatever. By default. Okay. Formats. Oh yeah, no, strong agree. I think an image import should contain all the information that you would want at runtime. And for like older stuff or non-optimized stuff, it makes sense to just be a source string. But yeah, no, strong +1 on including like format and stuff. Like you said, like this is different dev versus prod. I just want the format, for example. PNG. Platform equals PNG and styles dot anti-alias. I mean, this is kind of in a way cleaner now. Like instead of doing some sort of shenanigan on the source attribute, I have like a nice string for it. A little anti-alias there. Beautiful. Good. People are always going to complain when you change stuff for the better or just change stuff at all. All right, so this is pleasing to me. Thank you for the help again. We got image assets working for projects. Princess EUH. I wish I could ask people how to pronounce things, but I don't read the like standard like symbols to indicate pronunciation. How do you say that? Yep. Thank you. Not anti-aliased. Yep. Great. Git add all, MVP, git push. Nice. Eventually I'll have more images on this thing. All right, so last thing for today is the blog. It's very broken. All right, Princess Sale. You know, my mom was Canadian, and spoke French. My dad was Ukrainian and spoke Ukrainian and Russian. And they taught me none of those 3 languages. All 3 of which I would love to speak. Annoying. So yeah, I guess what is the advantage for me to use assets in this case where I'm not optimizing them or using like fancy asset APIs? Like, are there APIs you think I would want to use here? Or like advantages even if I don't? Other than being able to say that I'm using the blessed path in Astro for, images and assets. So let's look at this. Quotes dom iframe.png. There are no benefits. Well, what I would like to do actually is I would like to have a little bit of image optimization going on. Like, this is a ding on my perf from the Lighthouse tools. So it would be nice to put like a max size there for these. So actually, yeah, let me look into that. Let's pretend that one of these images, the original, is actually way huger than it needs to be. And this one kind of is huger than it needs to be. It's a little bigger. So content entry image. As long as I'm doing something that you did. Is there a... Would there be a way for me to get the like Cloudinary style auto resized image here? I saw there was a refine, I think. Let's see, what? Does this have the ability to do the image resizing? Image dot refine. Is refine just assertions? Because I would love to be able to say here like dot max size dot transform. Okay, yeah. One of my favorite things about Twitch is that because of the lag, I can ask a question, think about it, answer it myself, and then you can answer it without seeing my answer. So I both get the satisfaction of answering it myself and you give me the answer, and you know that I came to it on my own, which is like an ego thing, which makes it very important to me, of course. So image dot transform. Astro assets. I'm in oh geez, what am I doing? Yeah, this is SSG. I just copy and paste this stuff over. I haven't explicitly indicated that anyway. But yeah, I just copy and paste it over to FTP right now. So, okay, so the config just says what the image is and lets you validate on it. It doesn't let you transform it. But I really would like a way to process the image here. Basically, I want a self-host Cloudinary. So... I really don't want to pass down an image all the way through here. That is unfortunate. Thanks. This is very helpful, by the way. I'll think about it. Could I process them here? Oh god, now I have to relearn solid. Every time I learn... no, let's processed... I know I'm definitely doing this wrong, but get image from Astro assets, props dots, props, constant result equals await get image, console log results. What's Astro complaining about? I'll be legitimately surprised if this actually works. Oop. Const result equals high. Am I even client loading it? On the client. I'm not even on the client. What is this? What's happening here? Why are you yelling at me about module node URL? I mean, honestly, I would take or write on my own if it's useful. I would take a like solid dash astro dash assets like npm package, you know? Like I'd be fine with that. Although maybe I wouldn't be. Because yeah, I don't actually want an async effect to run here because then I just... Ooh, but I do kind of like the images fading in. Ugh, on my old site, I really miss this and I want to remake it. Ugh, the images fade in and I really like that effect. Yeah, if you want to make it, that would be great. I forgot. I went ham on the like viewport based paddings. If you want to make it, that'd be great. Otherwise, I could make it if you don't have the time. It would take me longer and the output wouldn't be as good. So I will not do it unless explicitly indicated there's an opening. But yeah, all right. To do would be sweet to have like Astro or solid Astro asset thing. To do. Yeah. All right. Cool. I'll think on this a bit. Like setting a reminder to reach out on the Discord or some such. Oh my god, I have so many notifications. Speaking of which, yeah, thanks. But in the meantime, I got time actually, and I still have energy. This has invigorated me. Getting helped with things actually invigorates me. So I'm gonna switch to the View Transitions API because I saw, who did I see? Was it Ben Myers? Whiteboard Ben. Yeah. I saw Whiteboard Ben doing this, and I wanted to do it. So, that was really fun. Are you on Twitter? Okay, there you are. Got to the point where the new assets are working in a content collection, in a content collection, or two, need to think on how to do optimizations on the client. Maybe a lazy loading wrapper in solid. Anyway, on to View Transitions Astro. Another experimental thing. Get over here, you. Maybe a lazy wrapper in SolidJS. I'm excited about this. It's going to make the website look so snazzy. Boop. proper. Check out the Astro view transitions. Okay. Am I running a dev server in either of my terminals? No, I'm not. Let's run one. Oh yeah, since I have you all here, what happened to 4321? I remember vaguely a memory of someone, maybe Alien, saying Astro was thinking about switching the default port to 4321 because it's so cute. And I know that 3000 is a standard, but all my tools use 3000. It's such a pain. Half of them don't even auto-detect a new port. And even if they do, I end up just switching. Anyway. Astro config. Experimental view transitions. You're doing it to me! Oh, yes, let's go! So happy, thank you. Oh, no. Do I need to update my Astro? Okay. Astro... You. I use the fancy little package for this. Oh god. Huh, all the @AstroJS ones aren't updated, but Astro is, so I guess I'll just update Astro to the latest. Shame on me for not being on the latest. PMPI, PNPM dev, port 4321. As silly as it is to use acronyms with many, many letters in them, the PR's merged. GitHub, Astro. I do like the Kensi DAWs like Pespa, Pempa. It's a little more specific. Port 4321. Let's go. Commented yesterday, merged 4 hours ago by Bluey. Makes me think of the excellent television show, Bluey. Oh, look at that. Oh, major. I love it. Reduce conflicts with ports used by other tools. Yes. Amazing. +1. All right. Full site view transitions. Based on the similarity between the old and... Oh my god. If this just, like, works really well... why are these guys complaining? Out of this box, I will be so happy. Base layout.astro, I think, is the one I use. Oh my god. If this just works... Common head. Oh. Not in this component. Head. .astro. I would love this to be all that's needed, truly. As much as I love manually fiddling with things. Oh! Oh, that's so nice. Oh, look at that. Oh my god. Now, I do not personally approve of the web platform API decisions, like in the browser layer, to make fade the default transition. I find it weird to make decisions like that on visuals for users. That being said, I was not like on the committees or whatever. I don't know why they did it. I'm sure there's good reasoning. But like this, I wouldn't ship this personally. Like I want to be a little more intentional with my animation, but it is awesome that this just works out of the box. Really nicely done. Like, wow. Truly, truly good stuff. Hashtag embrace the platform, even if you disagree with it. Astro view transitions. Props to you, Matthew. Nicely done. Boop. Fixes, transition. Yeah. Wowie, that was fast for an MVP. We'll iterate more, but the first commit was like less than 10 lines. Half easy config. Really nicely done. Very pleasing. One of the things I've liked about Astro has been that it's just really well documented not just, it is really well documented, and it is oftentimes very straightforward to configure things. All right, so I'm not going to use this because I want to be a little more intentional. But like hero image, let's say, what happens if I just put this tag inside my div? I'm just curious. Like, I haven't even read the docs to see what will happen if I do this. Okay, so this is the full page tag, no matter where you use it. That's not what I want. Okay. So now there are transition directives. Transition equals fade. Get the hell out of here. Ha! Nope. Not on my hero image .astro. Why are you not fading though? Let's go up in the stack, see what so base layout has a main area with a body and a head. So let's go to main area, which has the main, which has the slot. Right. So it's like index.astro. Let's see. We got hero layouts with the hero. Why is this not fading? I'm gonna have to read the docs. Okay. So this just says view transitions, transition name. Oh. Thank you. Good call. It does say that. Hero. Funny. It's the same as the docs. It would have been nice to have a warning that there was no name. You might need to use like TypeScript-y things to know whether spread props have it or whatever. Actually, does Astro support spreading stuff like this? Anyway, would have been nice to have a warning. Still no. Is there a warning in the... I should check the dev server before I complain that something doesn't exist. Yeah, not getting a warning. Let's add it to hero image. Still no. No. So if I go to head and look at the props here, view transitions body will default, view transitions at Astro, fallback. I want none. So is fallback just if like the platform, the browser doesn't support it? Whoa. So can I have view transitions without everything being a view transition? Look, I got my base default ones there, and then I also have the explicit fadey. So that's fun. Can I do transition animate equals morph? What happens there? It's okay. So I don't want this. I don't want it to fade. I want only some things to fade. Like fading is fine as an MVP, but I want to be a little more intentional here. So there's spa mode, fallback control, script behavior. Oh, love that you included prefers reduced motion. I don't want this as is. I'm customizing. Ooh, that's a snazzy API. Where's the none option, though? I want none. Or maybe I can do like maybe by base layout can destroy it all. So if I do like HTML transition animates equals morph, will that just remove it all? Thanks, I really appreciate all your help. It's been awesome. Morph still doesn't do it. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably just end up filing a docs issue right now. Let me see. Yeah, I'll have to... First, I'll try one last thing. A couple things. I'll try moving these to the main with a transition name. Test. Slide is slide and fade. Slide. Oh yeah, it was morph. Whoa, my god, Jesus, I hate this. Oh my god. Oh, and it's really killing me that it comes from the same direction every time. It's messing with my sense of object permanency. Yeah, I don't like that at all. But let me see what happens if I can take in none, fade. Can I... Oh, it's just slide and fade. Okay. So yeah, I can't figure out how to disable it except in very specific areas. So... Alright, so let's actually, let me put that back and then just remove view transitions here. So yeah, it seems that view transitions have to be all or nothing at the root level. I could use CSS alongside, but I really don't want to have to do that. Like, in my mind, I feel like it should allow, like, off by default instead of fade by default, and then opt in for specific things. So, looking at the initial docs, or initial PR, like, I think that even if I could use CSS, it feels to me like Astro should provide a way to do that if they're already providing transition, morph, and such. Alright, so... bug report, okay. Oh, right. Discussions, forgot. Alright, so view transition. So let's look at the discussions. Let's not look at open ones. Also closed, and nothing. Change view transition based on clicked element. Yep, not related. Okay, so view transitions able to be off by default and enable rather than fade. And enable per elements. Summary. I just enabled view transitions in the shared head component of my site, and it works great. Components, pages fade very smoothly on navigation. Awesome job. But I don't want... That's actually more like the background. But I don't want to have the fade animation on the entire page. I'd like to have it only apply to specific elements and have a more traditional swap in everything for everything else. Add an option API for it doesn't seem like view transitions as an option for setting to none or an equivalent. Or an equivalent by default instead of free. Option API for, but if I don't include view transitions in my shared head component, then no transitions from Astro into page work at all. Am I missing something? So the summary, can we have a view transitions API? Can we have first class Astro support for that defaults to no animation rather than fade? Yes, so be like view transitions. Actually, is it plural or singular? View transitions. Yep. It is. Default equals none. Either for pages to switch their default view transition, or a docs mention for folks like me about why this isn't doable. All right, so that looks good to me. YOLO. Well, this was fun. I'm gonna leave now. Before I do, I'll post on social and then ask y'all for suggestions of who should I raid. So who should I raid? But in the meantime, this was very fun, and I'm looking forward to do more. So, any last questions or things you want to talk about? Hit me up right now. Elder discussion request. But it's still great. Very impressed with how quickly that worked. Hope you go to sleep, learner. Have a great one. Thanks as always for coming by. Hope everything's doing okay on your end. Who should I raid? Zoop. Raid. Oh, B-Tuggy! I like going to the lowest. So, this was fun. Just to summarize, hi, I'm Josh. I'm a full-time independent open source maintainer in the TypeScript ecosystem, working on projects such as TypeScript ESLint, the tool that allows you to run standard JavaScript tools such as ESLint and Prettier on your TypeScript code. Getting real good at that. So if y'all want to support me with GitHub sponsorships or TypeScript ESLint with Open Collective contributions, that would be lovely. If you have any questions about open source, dev work, etc., please let me know. Otherwise, tell Brian I said hello. Bye!